Happy Monday, everyone. Okay, so a few comments after the first week of work in 202. So for one, you'll see now that I think this course is a bit more challenging than the 201. We have less work, but the work requires you to be more thoughtful and to write about all the information that you're hopefully taking in. So first comments, I know I got a couple emails about weekly quiz 1. So I'm going to, so for this past week, essentially, you were graded on the multiple choice questions that you got right or wrong. Like in this case, I'm assuming right. So I gave you a point for every one of your essay questions, and I didn't read them, so I just gave you a straight point, and then you were graded on your multiple choice questions. Now, going forward, you will have 75 minutes for each quiz. You will be graded on your short answer questions as well. And we will see how that goes. It's always different for kind of every class. Again, I've never taught a high school class before, so this is a bit different for me, but we're going to see how this works out. I know that folks that I've had in previous semesters at Richard Bland, 75 minutes, it's worked out either between 60 and 90 minutes. So we're going to go with 75 minutes, but also knowing that I have, you guys will not suffer via grade-wise. So, yes, so go on and answer the short answer questions on the quiz. That should be plenty of time, especially given that you will take the quiz twice. Now, I am mindful of, like, so some of you will have one short answer, some of you will have two. I can't control the randomness at which Canvas spits out those multiple choice questions. But rest assured, if you get something like 5 short answer questions or 6 short answer questions, I will take that into account when I'm grading your work. But if you have 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 questions, I expect those to be answered, and you will be graded on those. Okay, what else did we have to do? So the video exercise, I did remember that happened. There was an issue with that video from last semester. I just didn't catch it, didn't remember. So all of you got full credit for the first exercise. I'm still grading the global perspective, but I wanted to go both of those quizzes for the global perspective aspect of the chapters. But I want to give you some examples of what I'm looking at for the video exercise questions number 2. So I'm going to pull up a couple of examples. So here you guys, the expectation, well, I'll just go into the examples. Okay, so this individual received a 2.75 out of 5. So for the first question simply asks you when and where. That's a very pointed question, and you could give me a very pointed answer and get the full point. So the point is, what is it, where is it, and when did it take place? There you have that information. So here, what were some of the issues at stake in the 30 Years' War? This should take much longer than a sentence to give me. And actually, in hindsight, I probably would have given that a 0.5 because in my opinion, this is only 1/4 of the answer, if that should have been given here. So here, what were some of the war's landmarks? Case here, you're given name and explain at least 2. Yes, again, person would have got a 0.25 if I would have looked at this a little bit closer 10 minutes ago. So, how did colonial affect the fighting in World War II? I need like a paragraph. Let me look at a better example of this. Again, we have the where and when. This is another individual who received a 5 out of 5. I would want a bit more than this going forward, but given, again, I'm establishing my expectations, which the expectations of the individual that we just saw, like innate in what the question is asking, there needed to be more. Here, full credit, but give me more next time. There are more issues at stake in the 30 Years' War than these 2 sentences here. This is a great answer. Basically gave me 3. Thirdly, gave me three different issues here. And then 4, discuss colonialism. I would have liked to see a little bit more, but again, this was fine for now. Okay, you guys, and so I will be, I'm going to grade the global perspective quizzes before sending this out, but this is the expectation for these questions. So again, if it's a very direct and pointed question, you can give me a very direct and pointed answer. If the question is more open-ended, as the ones I just showed you in this in the video 2 exercise, then you need to give me more. Now, also let me say that If you didn't do fantastic on these quizzes this time, you now know the expectation. If you, for the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth assignment, so we have 5 more of these assignments, if you do well, I will drop all of these in the chapter 2, chapter 3. So my point is, while I would have hoped that you would have given me more, again, by the nature of the questions, I'm not going to hold it against you if you show me that this is not your caliber of work and that you are doing better. So if this is the outlier when it comes to the grades at the end of the semester, we will just get rid of this altogether. So email if you have questions, and okay, that's it. Bye-bye.